If you have ever passed through Ohe during planting season, you would have seen the old baobab tree at the edge of the village square. That tree has seen more than most elders in this village, and if it could speak, it would tell you the story I'm about to share. But since it cannot, I, Olanie, who lived through those days, will speak on its behalf. It began in the Harmattan of 92. The air was dry and cracked our lips even after we rubbed shea butter. That was the year a man named Idira came to our village, walking barefoot from the direction of the forest of Ologbo. He wasn't like the usual traders or wanderers who passed through once in a while. No, this one was different. I remember it clearly. I was pounding yam for my mother when I first saw him. He wore a brown wrapper, torn at the edges, and a faded red cap that sat oddly on his head. But it wasn't his dressing that caught my attention. It was the way the goats, chickens, even dogs moved away from him without him even looking at them, like they felt something we couldn't see. He didn't say much. He only walked into the square, asked for a calabash of water, and sat under the baobab tree. People gathered, whispering. Akin, the son of the blacksmith, said he saw flies circling the man, but they never landed. Others said his shadow didn't move with the sun. Me, I just kept quiet and watched. The elders sent for him that evening. They said it was improper for a stranger to sleep in the village without answering a few questions. Baba Adesoji, the oldest among them, did the speaking. I was there too, pretending to fetch firewood near the meeting hut so I could listen. When asked his name, the man said, "I am Idira." Asked where he was from, he said, "From a place no longer on any map." And when they asked where he was going, he replied, "I go where death cannot find me." That statement changed everything. You see, in our culture, we respect the spirit world. We know death is a passage, not an end. But to say death cannot find you, that's dangerous talk. They tried to send him away, but the next morning, he was still there, sitting under the baobab, smiling. By the second week, he had started helping in the farms. People began to soften toward him. He was quiet but hardworking. He could work from sunrise to sunset without resting, and I swear to you, he never drank water, not once. Then, strange things began happening. The first was when Alaba, the palmwine tapper, fell from his tree. We all thought he was dead. His head hit a stone, blood gushed, but Idera walked up, touched Alaba's chest, and whispered something none of us could hear. Alaba coughed and sat up. No bruises, no pain. People started calling him Baba Aye, the man who speaks life. But as he became more accepted, some grew afraid. The Ontaduro Jaye, who prided himself on knowing every corner of the forest, began warning us. He said he once followed Idera into the woods and watched him disappear into a termite mound only to reappear on the other side, dry and unbothered. Soon, children who had coughs were brought to him, old women with aching backs. He never asked for anything, just looked at you with eyes that didn't blink much and whispered into your ear. But things turned dark. One day, a young boy named Fikayo died suddenly during a wrestling game. His body was cold. His mother wailed until the sky itself seemed to mourn with her. That evening, Idera asked if he could see the child. They refused. 3 days later, the boy's grave was found empty. The villagers accused Idera of witchcraft. They said he had no family, no past, and that even the earth refused to hold him. The elders called a gathering. I was there, as always, watching. They tied Idera to a tree, determined to burn him before nightfall. But when the fire was lit, the flames bent away from him. I swear on my father's yam barn, it was like the fire feared him. He turned to us and said in a voice I have never heard since, "I have died before, many times. But the earth keeps rejecting me. This is not my curse, it is my burden." Then he looked at Baba Adesoji and added, "I came here because I thought I could rest, but it seems not yet." The ropes that bound him fell off, and without another word he walked away into the forest. That was 33 years ago. Every Harmattan since, people say they've seen a man sitting under the baobab during the coldest nights. He never says anything, just watches. And when the first cock crows, he vanishes with the mist. Some say he's a spirit. Others believe he was cursed with immortality. As for me, I don't know. But I remember his eyes. They were tired, not the tiredness of the body, but the kind that comes from carrying a secret too heavy for one lifetime. So if you ever pass through OJ and you see someone sitting alone under the baobab, don't disturb him. Just greet him, pour a little water on the earth, and walk on. Because not every man who walks among us is meant to die.